Moving abroad. It sounds incredible, right? You picture yourself sipping something amazing on a cobblestone street, living your best life. But then the panic sets in. The real question, the one that keeps you up at night, is money. How much do you actually need to pull this off in 2026? I'm going to break it down for you, with real scenarios. No fluff. I'll show you a cheap city, a mid-range city, and an expensive one. And I'm going to be direct, because this is where most people get it wrong. They budget for a flight and the first month's rent, security deposits, those weird, unexpected fees, and the small detail of how you'll actually earn money from a different country. It's a recipe for a very short, very stressful trip. So, let's start by busting 3 common myths right now. Think of this as a public service announcement for your bank account. Myth number 1. You need to have a full year of your current salary saved up. Look, that's just not true for everyone. For some people, if they plan meticulously and have a secure income stream, a few months of runway is all it takes. It's about being smart, not just rich. Myth number 2. You can just grab your laptop, start working online, and move instantly. Let me tell you, this is a dangerous game. Visa rules and remote work realities don't always hold hands and sing together. I would personally avoid just packing up and leaving before you know for a fact that your income is stable and legal in your new home. Let's start with scenario A, what I call the budget new start. Picture yourself moving to a city with a low cost of living, Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe. Think of a decent, clean 1-bedroom in a safe neighborhood, around $300 to $500 a month. It's an entry-level dream for many, but it still requires a solid plan. It's not about being cheap, it's about being strategic with your funds. This path lets you live comfortably, without a massive monthly income. But get the initial numbers right. First, let's tackle the one-time startup costs. This is the cash you need to have ready before you go. Your flight will likely be one-way or a cheap return. Budget around $500. Then come visa fees and all the associated paperwork, about $100 to $300. Your biggest initial hit is housing, the first month's rent plus a security deposit. Landlords often want 1 or 2 months deposit. Plan for $600 to $1,000 up front. You'll also need to ship a few essential items, or buy basics when you land. Set aside $200 to $400 for settling in. Now for scenario B, which I call the comfort move. For people who want a bit more infrastructure, for people who want more amenities and who are aiming for popular, vibrant hubs. Lisbon, Mexico City, Bangkok, Valencia. Fantastic quality of life, great food scenes. A mix of culture and modernity. Costs are higher than the budget scenario, but still much cheaper than major North American or Western European capitals. A nice 1-bedroom in a desirable area, $700 to $1,200 per month. This move needs a bigger financial cushion, but it gives immediate comfort and access. Let's break down the one-time startup costs. Flight, $600 to $1,000. Alright, let's talk about the big leagues. Scenario C, the high-cost city leap. This is for a move to a major global center like Berlin, Sydney, Vancouver, Dubai. These are cities with powerful economies, incredible career opportunities, and world-class everything. But all of that comes with a hefty price tag. We're talking about a reality where a small, standard 1-bedroom apartment can easily cost you between $1,500 and $3,000 a month or even more. This isn't a move you make on a whim. It requires serious financial planning, a secure income, and a deep understanding of the high stakes involved. This is the deep end of the pool, and you need to know how to swim. The one-time startup costs here are substantial. Your flight alone could be between $800 and $1,500, especially if you're moving with more luggage. The visa and legal fees for these countries, particularly for work visas, can be complex and expensive, running anywhere from $500 to $2,000. First month's rent. Deposit. 1 month. Let's get real for a minute. The scenarios and budgets are great, but they only work if you account for the sneaky expenses that trip people up. This is where most people get it wrong. They have a number in their head for rent and a flight, but they're blind to the financial landmines waiting for them. The first major mistake is forgetting the true cost and complexity of visas. People assume they can just show up on a tourist visa and figure it out. This is a terrible idea. You may not be legally allowed to work, and if you're caught, it can cost you thousands in fines and legal fees. It can even result in being banned from the country. Always check the specific work rules for your visa type before you even think about booking a flight. The second place people consistently get it wrong is under-budgeting for housing deposits and agent fees. Security deposits are often 1 month, 2 months, or even 3 months' rent. If your rent is $1,200, that's an extra $2,400 you need ready on day one. Let's talk about the most important part of your budget, the income side. Having a pile of savings is great, but it's a shrinking resource unless you have money coming in. You need a clear, reliable plan for how you will earn money while living abroad. There are 3 main routes people take, each with its own rules and preparations. The first and most stable option is having a remote job already secured, with your current employer, or a new one. This is the gold standard, steady paycheck from day one. But you still need to do your homework. If you have a stable remote job, life will be much less stressful. You still need proof of that income for visa applications. And for apartment rentals. Landlords often ask for documentation. Immigration officers do too. Start saving your digital payslips. Get a formal letter from your employer confirming your remote status and confirming your salary. Even with stability, keep 3 to 6 months of income as a cash reserve. Beyond rent and food, there are non-negotiable costs: protecting your health, protecting your safety, protecting your sanity. These expenses feel boring to plan but are critical. First and foremost, health insurance. Do not leave your home country without it. Domestic plans often won't cover you abroad. A medical emergency abroad can be financially catastrophic. Buy a comprehensive travel insurance plan or an expat health insurance plan before you go. Many countries require proof of adequate coverage for visa approval. It's a mandatory step. If you have chronic conditions, do extra homework. Research medication cost and availability in your destination. Can you see a specialist easily? Is your prescription legal or available there? For serious needs or remote moves, factor in medical evacuation insurance. Medevac can fly you to the nearest major hospital, or even back to your home country in a severe emergency. It sounds extreme, but it can be a lifesaver. This is smarter long-term. Next, banking and access to your money. Open an internationally friendly bank account. Prefer one with low or no foreign transaction fees. Get at least one backup credit card from a different bank, in case one gets lost, stolen, or frozen. On arrival, carry a small buffer of local cash for a taxi from the airport or a meal before you find an ATM. 2 of the biggest sources of cost and stress when moving abroad are your physical belongings and finding a place to live. Many people make the mistake of trying to replicate their old life in a new country, and it's an expensive error. Let's start with your stuff. The urge to pack everything you own is strong, but you have to fight it. International shipping is incredibly expensive, and most large items are impractical or stylistically out of place. The smartest approach is to be ruthless. Sell anything you don't truly need or love. Donate anything you don't truly need or love. Give away anything you don't truly need or love. Your goal should be to fit your life into 1 or 2 suitcases. The money you save on not shipping furniture can be used to buy what you need when you arrive. So, moving abroad in 2026 is absolutely doable. The real cost isn't mythical, it's practical and depends on city and lifestyle. Use the scenarios we covered to build your personalized financial plan. Core principles are always the same. Save for one-time startup fees. Be honest about housing deposits and agent costs. Build an emergency fund that lets you sleep. Test your income streams before you leap. Be practical. Be calm. Be prepared. You will thank yourself for this discipline later. It's the foundation for a successful adventure. Run this quick checklist before deciding.